It'll be live now.
It's live right now? Oh, shit.
Live now.
Oh, God. Are we on video? Can they see us?
They can see us.
But we can't see ourselves.
Whatever.
It's unsettling.
I know. But the video's not going to be in any kind of archive form.
Yeah.
It's only for the people watching, so it's going to be like nobody. So you don't have to worry about it.
Great. All right. But how do I know if I'm making a funny face?
As long as your face is there,
yeah.
It's going to be pretty funny.
I guess I'll just feel it out for myself. For my own purposes. Oh God, there we are. See, I like that. I like that we can see ourselves.
Right now we have 0 viewers.
Okay, how do we get more?
I don't know. They're not viewing.
Are they listening?
Why aren't they viewing?
Can they listen but not view?
No, they're not viewing. Oh, now they're viewing.
How many?
Now we have 3.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, let's start.
The first 3. Do you know that I'm taking this multicultural
No, stop. For the love of God, for one time, let me intro the podcast before you start talking.
Do you know how much of Western literature and culture is based on 3, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? It's based on the trifecta, that triangle, the triumvirate.
Yeah, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi.
Huh. No Emperor?
I don't know. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Welcome, everybody, to what I believe is the 9th edition of the Run Button podcast. See, I had this epiphany a few nights ago. If you call them editions, it's like you expect there to be some kind of, like, you know, huge wait period in between. It's not as big as, like, episode sounds like it's weekly, but if you say it's the 9th edition of the Run Button podcast,
I like that.
It's like it's something you're waiting for.
It's like an academic journal.
Yeah, exactly. We study up for months. And we make sure we've got all our research down, and then we come in and we're like, Walking Dead.
We bring some hard-hitting game.
We're like, why is Jeff Keighley sitting in front of these Doritos?
Yeah.
Did you see that thing?
No, what is that?
Again, this is not something I've looked into.
Sure.
But apparently there was something where
and thank God for that.
Jeff Keighley was like doing all these phone interviews, and then they were recording video of it, and they're like, okay, you know, you'll do the interview over the phone, and then we'll send you the video footage of Jeff Keighley, and you can put it up on your whatever. I think it was more for like smaller blogs and like non video, like places that don't specialize in video games. They're just like, we have Jeff Keighley to talk about the big games for the fall or whatever. And apparently, like, in the video, he's, like, sitting next to, like, a bunch of bags of Doritos, and, like, on the other side, it's, like, a Master Chief standee for Mountain Dew.
Okay.
And there's, like, a bunch of bottles of Mountain Dew and stuff, and it just looks horrible, and the one screen cap that someone took and, like, put out on the internet is just, like, Jeff Keighley, like, sitting with his hands folded, like, looking completely dead-eyed in front of just, like, Master Chief and, like, Mountain Dew and Doritos, just, like...
Was he just very sponsored at that moment?
I don't know what Jeff Keighley does. He was, you know... Is he still with Spike?
No, he's Game Trailers. Wait, is that on Spike?
Are you sure?
I think Game Trailers TV is on Spike, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
But did you hear
He's always been the guy who's like, he's like the legitimate guy, but he's like trying to bring video game, like, to the mainstream.
Something about TV and video games, I don't know. Do you see the X-Play and Attack of the show going away?
G4 is gone.
They're gone.
Or G4 is not doing games anymore.
Yeah, what's up with that? What do they do that's not games?
I don't know what they do.
I don't either. They're going in a bold new direction of every other television channel.
Yeah, what are they going to do? I guess it's just like...
Something about the...
I guess, like, G4 does some non-game stuff. Well, isn't it all, like Ultimate Warrior, or is that Spike?
It's hard,
so, you know, it's all like military technology.
From what I gleaned from
Here's how the army blows people up. It's rad.
I read the War for Late Night about a year and a half ago, and from what I gleaned from that, You can be a cable channel and literally just make money by licensing other shows from other channels.
Yeah, like you just take the show. You're like, that's a pretty good show. We'll air reruns.
Yeah, you
on
just
our
take
thing.
it and you hope that someone will want to watch it at 2:34 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you make a little bit of money off that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't watching G4.
No.
So I don't know.
It's not. It seems like it's one of those things where at first I'm like, oh, that's too bad, and then I think again, and I'm like, I don't care.
I think G4, the peak of G4 seemed like it was like when more and more people were getting excited about games, but like the whole internet video thing hadn't really broke. Because like now, watching things on the internet is so commonplace that like if you want to watch a show about video games, you just go on the internet.
And it's also just
Like,
higher.
no, like-
it's higher caliber now.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
internet video, like they're actually coming from like, like Giant Bomb does good at those, and other websites and things.
Well said.
Thank you. They all got green screens.
Giant Bomb is good, and other places are good at things.
Hey, I'm doing my
GameSpot
best.
has a green room.
What?
Yeah, I saw it. It was.
You know what?
pretty
I
crazy.
think we should bring this one to the listeners.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. How do these live things work? Can they talk to us?
I could have the Twitch chat open, but I don't.
You gotta open that, please.
Okay. Have you played any games?
Why, Kyle? I'm glad you asked that question because
Now-
the answer is yes.
Really?
I recently started playing Saints Row the Third.
Ah! You finally got around to the game that we named Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, 2011 Game of the Year.
How have you been enjoying it?
Well, so far it's my 2012 Game of the Year. Actually, Skyrim was pretty good for 2012.
Really? Was it?
What came out this year? Mass Effect 3, is that the big one?
No. It occurred to me that whenever we do our Game of the Year podcast for this year, we're going to have to talk about Mass Effect 3 for like an hour or something.
Which is
'Cause
unfortunate.
We never did it. We
No.
never talked about Mass Effect 3, really.
Oh shit, we didn't.
Yeah.
What are your vague feelings around that and without getting into it?
I don't know.
Okay. So
I don't know.
I'm going to take from that, I'm going to take not necessarily positive, but not like shitty.
I guess we got to save it.
Yeah.
We can't. We got so many things to talk about this week where we can't even start on Mass Effect 3. Because
Okay.
then when are we going to talk about...
Saints Row the Third. It's great. It's a really good game.
I had actually started playing that a little bit more recently because I never finished it.
Yeah.
So I had to finish it.
I just my jam is to just do the territory missions because there's something about open world games where I just love like coloring the map my color.
Yeah.
There's something about I don't know what it is. And I'll spend hours.
I can
doing
understand that. It's not exactly my thing. I just kind of laser focus on the story missions.
that. Yeah, I should do that because I have no money because
you-
I buy property all the time.
Have you done Deckers.die yet?
I have not. I've heard wonderful things.
Yeah. It's probably overhyped at this point, but,
Yeah.
whenever
Well, you know what? I never believe the hype. That's the thing
Right,
about me.
yeah.
So if
You
I
can't be
never
swayed.
if I never buy the hype and I go into this blind, I go into it blind is really the only other.
Yeah.
No,
That's the only way that you
not
know.
really a
That's the
synonym.
only way you know how
it's
to
the only
be.
way I know how to game. So and be. So
Uh-huh. No, I feel that. Have you ever believed the hype for anything?
no, never.
Never.
No.
All right. Well,
My tagline is blind. That's how I game.
blind to the hype.
Blind to the hype. How we do. I don't know.
Anyways.
Do you want to talk about what else? I guess we'll talk more about games for a little bit, but then I want to talk about video game journalism, specifically a new website.
You want to talk about Polygon?
I really like it.
You really like it?
I like it a
The
lot.
way it looks?
I like the whole thing.
You like all of it?
I can't
Sounds
tell.
to me like you've fallen into this Polygon hype train that's been rolling.
Oh, no. See, that's how you know that it's authentic is because I don't buy the hype, and
Right.
yet I really like
so
Polygon.
if you're on it, okay. No, I get it now. That makes sense.
How do you feel about this new website of Polygon?
Yeah, it's nice. It looks nice.
Yeah?
They seem to do stuff that's nice.
Okay.
It's just nice all around, really.
Great.
You know, I don't read a lot of reviews or articles about games.
Yeah.
Or really anything.
It's really interesting considering you...
I've been studying the Polygon thing, you know, because it's been on the verge for a while. They finally launched Polygon.com, and I've been studying it. And
in what sense? What does study mean to you?
Well, I've been gathering data. I've been poking my head in, really, on the Polygon.com offices. And, like, what I've noticed is that their thing seems to be words.
Yeah.
They write the words, they type them out with a keyboard, and they put them all together, and they post those words on the internet, and then people read those words. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Yeah? You're more
I don't read words.
That's why you like Giant Bomb so much.
Yeah, they got those videos. That's why I do a podcast and videos.
It's very interesting to me that their kind of mantra seems to be, we're just going to do the words really, really good. We're going to do like the journalism part of it really good, which I think is really cool.
Journalism. What even is that anymore, right?
Well, I think that's a thing.
I've never even heard of it.
That's not fair. No, but they're doing like the journalism really good, but they're really not doing anything like super different. They're just really raising the quality on a lot of that stuff and bringing it all under one little label, which is cool, right? But not a ton of video. I really like video reviews.
Yeah.
That's my favorite way to consume a review. It's the only reason I ever go to IGN.
They do pretty good video reviews.
Yeah, their written reviews are... Ooh.
Are they?
Yeah, they're really not.
Really?
The writing is not good.
You know, I don't read them that much.
Yeah, exactly. You're just being contrary. But no, I like things that are new and shiny. The website on Polygon looks really cool.
Does look very nice.
I like that little press reset series about the story of Polygon. It's very dramatic. And
I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
And then I think I watched the second I got to watch more of the episodes.
The other ones are good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really, I think it peaked right at the beginning with that whole, like, motion graphic, like, history of video games journalism. And I was like, this is super hot. And then when they started talking about Justin McElroy living in Huntington, I was just like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. It's tough living there.
I don't care where Justin McElroy lives.
I know. He's a good guy, though.
I don't care.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't want to bring up the word Huntington again, because it's giving me flashbacks earlier today, and I don't even want to talk about it. I had my first bad experience with Apple Maps when Andy wanted me to pick him up on Huntington Ave in Boston. And when I said, hey, Apple Maps, bring me to 273 Huntington Ave in Boston, it was like, all right, 273 Huntington Ave in Hyde Park, you got it. And then I got there and I was like, where am I? This is terrifying. There's all these people with darker skin tones than me, and they're
Kyle,
threatening
you said the words that you said to me earlier.
I was like,
thought you were going to use
no.
euphemism.
What?
Listen, just to give you guys some backstory,
Andy,
Kyle and I grew up in a gentrified, upper middle class, white suburb. We're scared of change.
Andy, I make no bones about this, okay? Yeah. I don't like people that aren't white.
Okay.
I don't make this a secret. They make me feel threatened. I feel like they could do physical harm to me, or mental harm.
I would argue that anyone could do
economic harm. They could steal my wallet.
Yeah.
I had an iPhone 5 with me. Who knows what could have happened?
Yeah. Huh. I mean, all I can really say to that is your point of view seems to be incredibly troubling.
But even worse than the dark people.
Okay.
Even worse
I wish we wouldn't call them,
worse than the other people that were near those dark people.
Yeah.
Was that Huntington Ave, and I don't know if you know this, Huntington Ave in Hyde Park isn't Huntington Ave in Boston.
No.
Which meant that in addition to being near this other race of people that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Race is a construct. Let's just be clear.
I then had to drive to a whole other place. I wasn't even in the right place.
No.
It was a whole ordeal.
It was an ordeal, and then I got a lot of blame for it, I feel.
Yeah,
Just because your Apple Maps messed up. Apple Maps is a mess, by the way. It's atrocious.
Yeah.
This is the... I hope you're happy, Kyle, because now I speak out against Apple. It's the stupidest thing Apple has ever done. It's terrible. There's nothing good about them.
About them?
about
You
Apple.
mean the maps or Apple?
No, the maps. I mean, I would say there's...
I hate these Apple maps. All of them.
Yeah.
Not a single one of these maps is good.
Well, Kyle, you know how they made the maps? They just cobbled together a bunch of different technologies and companies. Ugh. It's the worst.
Yeah, it's surprising to me that something that somebody cobbled together in like a year wasn't able to beat Google's thing that they've been
working on
meticulously
for like a decade.
working on for a decade. Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, it's absurd. There's nothing better about it. Like I search for B-Hop, Boston House of Pizza. Nothing. I search on Google Maps. I get it right away.
Wow.
I get the hours. I get the website. Apple Maps brings me to B-Hop over in Brighton. I don't want to go there.
You know, the irony, the only thing that Google Maps ever couldn't give me proper directions to was the Radio Shack I went to buy my iPhone 5. That was the only time it ever failed me. It was just like, no, don't do it.
I would argue that that's a form of poetry, what you just said. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It couldn't bring you to the place that would destroy it.
It's like it couldn't self-terminate.
Yeah. Genius.
What was I
Anyway,
gonna... There's something...
I don't know. Apple Maps sucks. Anything else about Polygon? You don't read words, so you don't care? Is that what you're saying? Are you really that dismissive?
I listen to their podcast.
It's disappointing.
I listen to the Besties. It's nice.
When are they going to launch their real podcast? Because the Besties is a joke podcast that's gone on for 30 episodes.
The Besties is a weird podcast.
It's kind of fun. Have you seen Cooperatives?
What really broke... Wait, what really broke the Besties was their inability to stick to a formula.
What do you mean?
The first formula that they had, the original idea was like, it was beautiful. It was just every week they pick the best game of the week, and then if that game is better than the current game of the year, it replaces it, and then they have a new game of the year. So then the podcast goes, and at the end of the year, they have the game of the year. But then, like, at some point, they decided that was not a good idea.
Yeah.
So they changed the rules, and they've changed it like 12 times since then.
Well, that's because I feel like the original idea they always thought was a bad idea. I mean, they always thought it was kind of a weird joke.
I don't know what it was.
At least when I listen to it now, they're like, we know this podcast is stupid, and we mean it to be stupid. We're going to do a real video game podcast soon. Which I hope... Did you listen to the first... When the Joystick Show came out? The first episode of the Joystick Show?
The Joystick Podcast?
No, they did the Joystick Podcast, and then they stopped it and were like, we can do better. They came out with the Joystick Show.
I've mentioned this, but did you ever listen to the last episode of the Joystick Podcast?
I think... Yes, I did. It was atrocious.
Yeah. I was like... I hadn't listened to the Joystick Podcast in a long time, and then I came back to be like, what's this Joystick Podcast doing? And I saw that it had ended.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, why did it end? And I listened to the last episode, and I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, I don't know what happened here.
It was terrible, and so they ended it to do the Joystick Show, which the first couple episodes were like really good. It was very like It's a Life Well Wasted in that vein. And then Chris Grant decided he wanted to build a new website, and
oh, I see.
It became kind of a boring podcast again.
Wait, do you mean Chris Grant left to go be Polygon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he took Justin McElroy and...
Oh, so there was just no one interesting left at Joystick.
Yeah, there's like no one really... And Ludwig...
Kietzman?
The new editor-in-chief, who I just really don't like anything he says, yeah.
He's cool.
He's fine, I don't know.
I enjoyed him.
A weird...
Yeah, he's from South Africa.
Oh, that's what it is. There it is.
That's what
the other.
God, I knew there was something I didn't like about the way he spoke.
I don't like that one bit. No, I just don't like his opinions.
Yeah.
I can't wait to work for Joystick. Please hire me. Anyone?
I thought you were being a teacher.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you were going to be a teacher.
That's what I'm doing. What have you been playing?
What are you going to teach these kids?
Dumbo, I'm going to teach them how to live.
You can't teach anybody. You're going to
Yeah, this coming from the guy who told me he wants to play Xbox. I guess that's not that bad.
I want to play.
Get paid to play Xbox.
This guy wants to get paid to play Xbox. I think my words were, at my current job, I spend a lot of times playing Xbox. But somehow that was interpreted as, this guy wants to be paid to play Xbox.
This guy, my opponent, wants...
Your Honor, the defendant in question...
Kyle Churchill.
He clearly stated that he wants to be paid to play Xbox games.
Kyle Churchill, Republican for Senate. His only platform is playing Xbox. If he had his way.
Did you hear about the I think it was a woman running for
Elizabeth Warren?
Senate? No, it was someone in Maine who's like running for something, and it turned out came out...
Cynthia Dill? Olympia Snow? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's a person in Maine. I'm not going to know their name.
Yeah, there's no way.
She plays World of Warcraft, and they're like, is this...
Grace Gondelman.
I was going to say man-child, but she's like, this woman-child, this game-playing child is trying to run your state, but she can't quit playing children's games. You're going to have a child run a state? Running states isn't for children. That's for adults who don't play video games. Because video games are for children.
It's silly. Yeah, no, it's good. I think you did. That was the 60-second spot that they had running against her. I found the 15-second one much more compelling.
This message is brought to you by Maynards who aren't children. Maynards against children.
Maynards? Maynards is not the term, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Maynards?
Pretty sure.
No.
Manians. Maniacs. Maniacs, where you at? What are you doing?
Hurt my ears.
Yeah,
right,
see? They fucking... The ear pods hurt your ears. I told you, man.
My other ones didn't hurt my ears, but maybe they're like... They feel alien to me.
Maybe... Did you just not have them in your ears for that long?
I think we should open up this chat. This is the only reason I wanted to do this live, is so we could chat with them.
Oh, we were up to 10 viewers.
Well, that means we need to get them involved.
No.
Come on.
That's never going to be good.
No, they're going to love it.
Your sweatshirt just says, "This is pathetic."
Yeah, it's my improv group.
I thought there was a different name for it.
Oh, this makes me look fat.
Does it?
It does.
Well, what do you want?
I can't help what I am. Can I just do this for a little while?
Yeah, it's not distracting at all.
Oh, Keith's calling us. Should we patch him in?
Keith's calling us?
Yeah.
All right, hand it over. Give me this.
Hey, bitch.
Hello? Hi.
I can see you guys with your dumb people on the computer machine.
Yeah. Does it sound good?
Yeah, it does sound good.
All right, cool. You probably sound terrible.
You do not sound good, Keith.
Does it sound better?
Well,
better?
that's bad.
No, sorry, buddy. I'm glad you called, but we gotta cut you loose. We gotta cut you loose. You can't. You're taking up our airtime.
Yeah, if anyone else has Kyle's number, you can call him. Here, I'll give it to you guys.
All right, buddy. You take care. I love you.
Can I give them your phone number over the internet?
Yeah, I don't see why that would be bad.
Wait, are you sure? So I feel like there are a lot of reasons not to do it.
Yeah, you definitely really shouldn't do that. What the fuck?
I'm just kidding with you. I'm just joking.
Let's talk about XCOM and Dishonored. Those games came out
Did you have
weeks
Dishonored?
ago. I have them both.
For Xbox?
Whoa. The hunger in Andy's eyes. He's like ready to pounce.
You don't, do you?
Like a cat. And they are both for Xbox, yeah.
You have it for Xbox?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it?
I mean, I am playing it.
Did you finish?
No.
Please
That's the
let
thing.
me.
I've barely scratched the surface on this game. It's not. Now Courtney's asking if she can call. No, you can't call. This is a podcast.
Yeah, guys, come on.
I'm sorry.
You know what the great part is? We can just say that, and she knows now.
What?
I love that she knows.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't call
No,
Courtney.
I'm sorry. You
No,
can't
Courtney.
call.
Do you want
No.
me to plug it in?
Courtney, you're going in my pocket.
Okay.
You're going in my pocket.
Yeah. Come on, Courtney. Get it together.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Coco.
Get it together.
God damn it.
When will you learn?
I expect better from you.
I expect from you.
No, the game that you want is XCOM. That game is fucking amazing.
I hear good things, but that people just keep playing it.
It's so good. It's great.
Really?
It's awesome.
I really want to play Dishonored a lot.
It's not great.
Have you what? What are you talking about?
Keith likes Dishonored more than XCOM. I don't get it, man.
Have you beaten XCOM?
I think I'm pretty close to beating XCOM. I think I'm getting up there.
So you're playing both in tandem?
No, it's really
Split screen?
It's really just playing XCOM.
Well, then give me Dishonored.
I bought them at the same time. I didn't even open Dishonored until like a week after, because I just spent the whole week playing XCOM.
Should probably give me Dishonored.
I've been trying to play Dishonored, but I just can't get into it.
Which is why you need to give it to me.
No, because I only see you like once every month.
Is it because I use that voice?
It's mostly because
of that.
But the other reason, the last time I saw you was like in July.
That's not true.
Wait, no, it was like a month ago.
Yeah.
No, the last time I saw you was like 2 months ago.
No, it wasn't. It was September.
I'm still playing Dishonored.
Can you come on?
I gotta play Dishonored
I'll make an honest effort to get it back to you. Do this for me.
No, I don't think I
Come
can
on.
do that.
Come on,
baby.
You need to help a brother out.
Andy, I really want to help you, but I can't. I just can't.
I guess I just wish that you...
I guess I just don't know who you are anymore.
Don't say that.
I can't be your enabler.
Listen, these people don't know...
Alright, stop. I'm taking this down.
What? What are you taking down?
I'm taking you off the screen.
No, I need to be able to look at myself.
No, we're doing a podcast, Andy. I will turn this live stream around.
We need to give them spectacle, Kyle. It's part of the visual medium.
Seriously.
The milieu.
Do you want me to turn the cameras off? Now you're derailing this whole operation.
What do you want to talk? Let's introduce something.
I'm talking about XCOM and Dishonored.
What's the deal with XCOM? What is that game even? I've heard it described. I still don't understand what happens.
It's a turn-based strategy game.
Okay, so it was made in the mid-90s.
The original one was.
Yeah.
And this is a revival of that.
How's turn-based work on Xbox? Do you like it? Is it an action game? Do you control guys?
No, you move them around on the map. You ever play like a Final Fantasy Tactics or a Fire Emblem or something like that? It looks kind of like that.
Is it an RTS?
No, it's a turn-based strategy game.
So
RPG strategy.
So like Final Fantasy?
No.
You just said it's an RPG. It's turn-based.
Do you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics?
No, I played Final Fantasy.
Okay, well, it's not like Final Fantasy at all.
Okay.
It's like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Is this or is this not a JRPG racing sim?
Yeah, it's a JRPG racing sim. Everyone has spiky hair, and they're in little carts, and they cast meteor at each other.
If they concentrate really hard, can their hair turn yellow?
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's great.
You
have a
walk
squad.
Through, what you do and what the controls are.
It's a top-down perspective.
Gotcha.
You're on a map that's mainly a grid.
Would you say it's isometric?
It is isometric.
Great.
You have a squad between 4 and 6 people, and you every turn that you get, you can move each person. You can move them once, and they can do an action, so they can move and then shoot, or they can move twice as far to use up all their actions. And
is there anything like Frozen Synapse?
It is, yeah. It shares some stuff in common with Frozen Synapse. It's not quite as like fluid as Frozen Synapse is, and it's not like Frozen Synapse is all about like one-hit kills and that kind of stuff. This is like they have HP and stuff, but there's still like it's all about like cover still. So like, you're basically moving your guys around this map, but you always want to keep them behind cover because if they're ever out in the open, they're just gonna get smoked by these aliens. You're fighting aliens in this game.
Aliens,
and it's pretty...
Is it a remake of the first XCOM story? Is there a new story? What's going on there?
There's not... The story is really just like there are aliens invading Earth. And
video game story.
You gotta save Earth.
All right.
Well, I think it's effective. It's like, they don't... You don't need to get bogged down. It's a situation. Aliens are taking over the world. Yeah. Don't let that happen, bro.
Yeah, I'm not one to let it happen.
And... Yeah, exactly. Like you don't want Earth to be taken over by aliens.
So they really use that
sense. You're not trying to let these aliens in here take over shit.
They use that sense of Earth pride.
That's not what you want.
I can appreciate that.
What's cool about it is that there's your squad members are to a certain extent expendable because there's like permanent character death. So if they die in a game, and it's really easy for them to die, like they're pretty vulnerable. So that's why you always want to keep them in cover and stuff like that. And so
does it really impact you if they die?
It can if they're like a high level character because they level up to a certain extent. So it's like if you lose a max rank character, that's going to be a lot of work that you're losing there.
You better have a character that you named after me.
They all come with random names, and I don't change the names because I feel like it feels like I'm tampering with their identity.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Every podcast I've listened to who talks about XCOM always names their squad mates after their friends.
No, that's stupid. I mean, if they asked me for names, I might name them after my friends. But they come with names,
you and
so
your
I can't change their names. That
you know
would
what?
be mean.
You know what? My family adopted a greyhound when I was 4. You know what his name was? Brown
Brownie.
Jug.
Wait, what?
Brown Jug.
Brown Jug?
That's the shittiest name.
What the fuck?
Time. So we named him Brownie. Okay? That's what you do, Kyle. That's what you do. Take some ownership.
But what?
Make
Andy,
it personal.
Andy, there's a good reason, okay? All right, I may have stretched the truth a bit. It's not that I didn't want to tamper with my character's identities. It's just that I'm afraid that if I name a character after you, and then if that character dies, I'm not going to be able to continue playing the game because I'd be so distraught.
Kyle, this is the truth I was looking for. The emotional connection.
Yep.
I think I've been seeking.
Okay,
in
great.
different ways in our relationship, and having found it, I will cede this fight to you.
Okay, great. You've got this like top-down strategy game happening.
No, do we get snipers, medics?
You got you got your snipers, you got your support classes that can carry more med packs than regular soldiers can. You got your heavies, they have got miniguns, or they have light machine guns and rocket launchers.
Okay.
You got your assault guys that can carry shotguns, and you know there's like all these cool abilities like assault guys can dash and then attack in the same turn, so you can activate an ability that'll let them use up both actions moving, so they can move super far. So you can like have them run right up on an enemy and then shoot them in the face with a shotgun. And then you can start like upgrading all these things that will support that. Like you can sort of in the same way you can in Frozen Synapse, you can do a thing called Overwatch, which means like the unit gets ready, so if they see any enemy moving at all, they get to take a free shot at them.
Yeah.
But then you can upgrade your assault guys so that they're like immune to those kinds of shots, so they can just like run all over the place and that kind of stuff.
It's weird. I feel like no one expected this game to be really that compelling at all.
It is made by Firaxis though, Civilization people, so they know how to make strategy games. You don't know Civilization?
No.
Never heard of it.
I really would like. The thing about my computer is it's a 2008 Mac.
Yeah.
It's like just too old to run really.
It's just too old.
It's just too old to really run anything that I would want to play. Like I really would love to play Civ 5, but I just can't.
Yeah.
Hack it. I can't hack it on that thing. So my only choice is to Xbox it up.
Yeah, well, XCOM is great on the Xbox. I mean, not Civilization obviously doesn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, the controller, like I wouldn't want to play this game with a mouse and keyboard, and I've heard that it works better with a controller.
Yeah.
The controls are really good on the controls on the controller. They control well.
Yeah.
These controls on a controller,
sure.
The controls are just made for the controller.
My
and they
only
control
question is,
well.
what's the mechanism of input?
I'm sorry?
What's like the mechanism of input for the to manipulate the characters on screen?
So the bumpers to switch between the characters,
Gotcha.
right? And then you use the left thumbstick to move a cursor around, and the cursor is like the move. So you select where you want that character to move to, you press the A button, and you just move there. That's how you deal out commands in that. It's mostly with the left thumbstick and the A button. You know how video games work, buddy. Come on. This is America.
Yeah. Earth Pride.
Yeah. So, and then there's like a whole other element outside of like battles where
metagame?
Like, there's I guess you could call it that. I don't think it's like a macro game. Where you're like
planet scanning?
Not exactly. I mean, that would be great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Like, what if resources were in planets and you could just go and look for them?
Yeah. Oh, man, that'd be so good. Yeah, you could see which one has the most barium. And then you could send out a probe to that planet.
Barium.
Yeah, don't get me started on
Probe
barium.
for barium.
Yeah.
I feel like I probed for barium recently. What? Is that not?
Nothing.
I'm going to be probing for barium after this podcast.
Okay.
That's my last. That's the last one, I promise.
Is it going to be the last one? Because I don't feel like it's going to be the last one.
It's the last one I'm going to do actively at you. And then the rest will be kind of trying to do it while you're not noticing.
Okay. So all the stuff that happens outside of battles in XCOM is like you're researching things. So you're researching better
What's the
weapons.
Process of doing that in the game? Are you just reading things?
It's kind of, it works in the same way that like Civilization works, where you'll just have like I think just like different technologies lead to different other technologies. And so you just pick one to research and it'll be like, this one takes 5 days. And then you'll go to like the globe and advance time and like the sun will start spinning around the earth. Well, this earth goes around the sun, but
how's the...
not in the camera view.
Whoa.
I know. This is some pretty advanced stuff. This is a science fiction game, remember?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so in this game, the earth goes around the sun.
Uh-huh.
But the camera centers on Earth.
So is the Earth going around the sun? It
looks like the sun is going around the Earth.
Is it different from the way that things are?
I'm sorry? No, I mean, XCOM follows the same basic premise that we're all familiar with. God made the Earth in 6 days and then rested on the seventh one. And then rose again. Listen, I'm not... it's been a while.
And the triumvirate of Western culture is... Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's why we have the triangle.
Yeah, I think there was a lion.
That's what I've learned.
Lion in a wardrobe or
in
something.
My multicultural literature.
Yeah, it's been a while since I studied that whole religion.
Well, you see, Kyle, Native American culture is based on the 4 directions of a compass and the 4 and the elements and things.
I'm dead inside.
Fire, air, earth, water.
Those aren't directions on a compass.
Well, but it's kind of mirrors that.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I would love for you to explain how.
Just
water,
the number
air.
4. You know how the number 3 shows up all the fucking time in Western culture? It's a rule for jokes. It's a rule for literature and symbology.
Good number.
Exactly.
It's a nice number.
But it has a certain quality. So does the number 4.
It has a certain...
I
don't know what.
Yeah. It's...
That still doesn't explain the earth and the fire and the compass. And the water.
So that you have this in Western storytelling and culture, you have 3s popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just the association is that 3s, like that there has to be three wise men.
I get it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then in Native American culture, the number 4 is the thing that shows up all over the place.
How do we know they're all dead? All right, go on.
You're right. It's so sad. No, so that kind of in some myths.
Yeah.
Can't get there all being dead. So.
Did you know that in a totem pole, the bottom of the totem pole is actually the most important things?
Yeah.
And so you always use the expression of being higher on the totem pole, but that's incorrect because the bottom of the totem pole is actually more important.
Because the first one.
Yeah. Think about that shit.
Nice. Boom. There's a visual. There's a nice. That's good. Sorry. What about Dishonored? How do you feel? You hate it sounds like.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah?
It's a disgusting mess of a game. And they should be ashamed. No, I don't know.
Can we get the easy button?
No. Oh, man.
It's right behind you.
That was easy.
Oh, no.
No, I don't know.
No.
I just not... It's just not grabbing me. It's, it's like a stealth game, but I don't know. It does feel...
Is it a stealth game? Can it be like an action game?
I guess if you want it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they make it, so there's like
the world seems really cool.
Yeah.
Rich.
It's kind of like a sort of half steampunk, half not. There's like electricity though.
Yeah.
But it's like punch cards.
Huh?
I don't know.
I think that still sounds steampunk. I don't know what's diverting from steampunk.
There's electricity.
Yeah, but you can have electricity in steampunk.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's why it's steampunk, because it's steam.
No.
They run on steam power.
No, that's not the definite... Steampunk is an aesthetic. It's not necessarily the power source.
Okay, so it's not steampunk.
Okay.
But it
sounds completely
No,
steampunk.
it's not.
Okay.
Listen, Andy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not steampunk.
All right.
Why don't you get off my ass about this?
Yep, I apologize, and I wish I could take it back.
Nah, it feels kind of like Keith is an example. He really likes the game. He has a huge boner for the Thief games.
Yeah.
And this is made by like the same team as the Thief games.
I was never down on Thief.
A lot of the people, yeah, I've tried it a few times. I don't really enjoy it.
It's weird because I've liked everything made by. Whenever anyone is like, "Oh, the people from Thief made this," I've always liked those games.
Yeah.
I never liked Thief itself.
This kind of I'm not a Thief expert, but it kind of feels like Dishonored is sort of a Thief game.
Yeah.
So if you like Thief games, you're gonna have a big old boner for Dishonored.
But isn't there more magic in Dishonored than Thief?
No, I think Thief had some magic going on in there. Pretty sure.
I like magic.
Yeah, well, hey, there's magic in here, I guess.
All right.
You want some magic?
I do.
Have some magic.
That's what I want.
Have some of that magic.
Mm.
But it has a lot of stuff where it's like it's really easy to be detected, and it kind of feels like once you...
Isn't that real though?
It's so it's so real.
It's like when you do a line of coke and you're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
What? Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know what that has to do with Dishonored.
Do you know? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just know it's just that moment.
Yeah, when you do a line of coke, you yell "fuck" and then slam yourself in the forehead, and then that's like super real.
Because at that moment,
I know what you're talking about. Like we're both on the same page in that regard.
Okay, good.
But I just don't see what that has to do with
I guess I was worried that I had lost you at the
no,
line.
I'm still there.
Yeah.
I'm high on coke right now. Yeah. I wouldn't be doing this shit if I wasn't super strung out on coke.
Coked out.
Yeah, coked out. If I wasn't just loaded with cocaine right now. Like I'm just super cocained right now.
Just uppity.
Yeah, you know how much cocaine I've taken? I've taken like at least 1 cocaines. Or 2.
That's a lot for one day.
Yeah, like two whole cocaines I did.
You gotta put some
right before we started this.
Dude, we're gonna have to pump your stomach.
I have an issue, man.
Dude, this is some fucking hard hitting.
Do my eyes look crazy to you right now?
Your eyes aren't even looking in the same direction.
God damn it! That is
They're not even the same color.
You know why? It's from all the cocaines I took.
Oh no! How many diamonds?
Yeah, like all of them, or like so many. Are you asking how many diamonds I see? Because it's a lot.
Yeah,
I see a lot of diamonds.
That's the measure.
Yeah, because I took a lot of cocaine.
No, I got
Anyways, you want to talk about Dishonored?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you don't like it, and that's all there's really to say
I
because I haven't played it.
I mean, I've been trying. I've put a good amount of time in there.
Not to use the word compelling again.
Yeah.
But it looks incredibly compelling.
I guess it could look that way.
I remember I read the cover story in Game Informer, and it was real cool then, and I think it's real cool now.
All right. Well, I mean, I've played it and you haven't, but you're probably right.
Can I give you my opinion on this game?
Like,
I'd say game of the year so far, aside from Saints Row 3rd.
It's like, it's really easy to get discovered, and then once you get discovered, it's just kind of on. Like, all the enemies start coming out, you gotta kill them all. So I just find that anytime someone discovers me, I just reload my save, and then anytime I take out a guard, I'm just saving.
Huh.
So I just feel like all I'm doing is saving and reloading, like, all the fucking time.
But isn't that kind of the game on top of the game? Isn't that what's so dishonorable?
Yeah, save, reload. I love that game.
I think it's shameful to save, reload. Get it? Dishonored? See the connection?
Yeah, I get it. But I guess
game.
that's why it kind of feels like a Thief game. Like, it kind of feels sort of... Like, the design of the game feels kind of old.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand why people like it, but it just...
So
I like my stealth games when they're sort of designed more in a way where it's like you don't have to save load your way through the game.
I think Splinter Cell...
Some people do really like that.
I think Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is, to this day, one of the best stealth games.
You made me play a lot of that game, and it was alright.
It was excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The co-op was very good. I don't know what the fuck they did. Why? I mean, I know that they focused a lot on Assassin's Creed. Not to segue into something else here. I know that Ubisoft focused...
I can't even follow what you're talking about right now, Andy. It's all the cocaines that are in me.
I know. You're going to have to just kind of do a bump and focus up. You know what I'm saying?
Does my forehead look like a rhino to you right now?
It looks like a rhino.
Okay, thank God.
I'm not sure it's great that that's a comforting thought for you, but we'll go.
Well, as long as it looks like what it feels like, then it's fine. But if it feels like something that it doesn't look like, that's a problem.
You're right. That is a discrepancy. No, like Ubisoft focused on the Assassin's Creed games. Is that why they kind of let Splinter Cell go to the wayside? Because Splinter Cell was one of their biggest franchises, wasn't it?
And I think people just stopped buying the games. Or no, they
I don't think so.
No, they had a problem. It was just like the development for Conviction just went way off the rails, remember?
Is that all it was? Because now they have this other one that's taking forever, it seems like.
I don't know.
Blacklist.
Andy, I'm not a Ubisoft insider. Get off my fucking back.
It's lost itself.
Why are you hounding me about
Ubisoft has lost itself just like you have.
Why are you hounding me about this Ubisoft
There,
thing?
I said it.
What?
I said it.
Is this about the cocaines that
Yes.
I've taken? Oh. All right, let's stop. Let's stop with this cocaine goof.
This cocaine goof.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's too emotional.
It's in the
for
past.
Me.
It didn't happen.
It's too.
We good?
Yeah.
All right.
It's too real. Made only the more real by the massive amount of cocaine that I ingested into my blood system.
It's good that you slur your speech like a good coke addict would.
Yeah.
Which is the defining principle.
Exactly.
I don't know, something about coke does that to you. What other game stuff we got? Halo 4 is coming out.
Last night I bought Hotline Miami.
Stop that.
Have you seen this Hotline Miami?
No, I
business?
don't want
It's
to.
Hotline Miami.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I hate it.
You don't know what it is.
Can we talk about Halo 4?
You've never heard of Hotline Miami.
Can we just talk about how much I want Halo 4?
All right.
How little money I have to buy it?
Okay, talk about it.
I want to play Halo 4.
And why can't you do that? It's only $60. That's
because
not in the grand scheme.
You don't understand how poor I am.
$60 is not all of the dollars.
I'm leaning on the old man and the old lady.
Let me ask you a question.
Rent.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If living in this apartment has left you so poor that you can't live there without your parents' help,
yeah,
maybe you can't afford to live there.
No, it's better. It's better. It's not just a financial proposition, Kyle. This might be hard to understand. It's not all about the numbers. Kyle's just a numbers man.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up on this, Andy.
And for Kyle, if the numbers don't add up, then the situation don't add up. But let me tell you about something, Kyle. I'm going to tell you something called subjectivity.
Okay.
And the subjective gain of not living with my parents.
Uh-huh.
The freedom that
like the freedom to be so poor as to not be able to afford a single video game.
Yeah, the freedom to be able to,
Man, you sound free as fuck right now.
Yeah, because the ability to afford video games is the measure of freedom in this society.
But if you can't afford a video game, what else can't you afford?
I can't afford a lot of things, but I can afford like a ticket to see a theater show, maybe. Or yeah, you see, I've already lost you. You're just looking at me.
It's all the cocaines.
I know. I can afford just a little bump of coke. Every once in a while.
Yeah, it sounds dumb to me.
No, Kyle,
Maybe you should try getting a better job.
The how good it is to not live with my parents. We don't get along when we live together.
Oh, how could that be true?
Just happens. It is interesting because they're two people who literally never moved out of their own parents' houses. You'd think they would be more adapted to to living with another human, but they don't. They aren't.
Cool. I'm down for whatever you're talking about.
Great, good.
So, I'm glad you derailed me off this Hotline Miami thing I was talking about.
No, I don't want to talk about that. I'm probably just going to buy Halo 4 on credit. Probably just going to.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Nothing. Play Halo 4, have a great time. Wait, are you looking forward to it at all?
Yeah, sure.
You just now want to talk about Halo 4 a little bit?
I'm hopeful. I'm going to buy it.
I'm excited. I'm relatively excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not like Halo 3 where I was like, ah!
I'm more excited for Halo 4 than... Okay. Well, this is weird. I was more excited for Halo Reach than I am for Halo 4.
Yeah.
But I found Halo Reach really disappointing.
Okay.
So, even though I'm less excited than I was for Halo Reach, I'm still expecting to like it more than Halo Reach. So, in a way, I'm not more excited, but I'm more hopeful.
Yeah.
Or I'm more, No,
I got you.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I'm follow.
You know?
It's going to be good. I'm kind of a little nervous because it's a new studio and they never done anything, but, we'll see.
They will, I mean...
Yeah, they did Anniversary, which we know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was great.
That bastardization.
No, I think wasn't Anniversary. It's more like a side. It wasn't like they did Anniversary first and then did Halo 4. It was really they just did Halo 4 and then Anniversary happened.
I thought Anniversary was their kind of like, we are going to teach ourselves how to code stuff. Right?
Teach ourselves how to code stuff like they just picked up people off the streets. Like they shook them, they shook the dust off them and said, "You're gonna make the Halos now." And they're like, "Oh no!"
We need three things. We need $1 million from Microsoft. We need C++ for dummies, and we need just some help, a computer. Didn't finish strong. Did not finish well. I had a thought for something else.
Three things you need for making video games: $1 million, C++, and computer help.
It makes
I want $1 million and C++ on my desk by Friday, or this Halo thing's never gonna happen.
The nice thing is they got it together. They figured it out.
Way to go, guys!
God bless them.
Do we have anything else?
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm toasted.
Wait.
Can we open up this chat room now?
No.
Dude,
What do you think is going to happen?
It's all they want. We've been hinting at it the whole show.
They don't give a fuck.
They do.
Hold on.
Yes. We're coming to you, people of the internet. Here's to you. What's that? Oh. Twitch. Yeah.
There's the chat.
Are they chatting with us yet?
No. They're not saying anything.
Why not? Why do we get an ad? Why do they throw an ad on us?
It's because I haven't paid for XSplit yet.
For exploit?
XSplit is like the thing that you use to, he says hi. Someone said hi, Andy.
What are you saying? Yeah. Listen, this is good radio, and I think you got to get behind it.
It's so bad. XSplit is the software that we're using to live stream.
Okay.
And I just got to pay the $15 to own it.
Oh.
But I didn't get around to it because this live podcast thing is sort of a last-minute idea.
Yeah.
So I hadn't paid. And so once we pay for it, there won't be ads anymore.
Oh, all right. So it's just the software we're using to upload. It's nothing to do with Twitch?
No.
All right.
We're using the free version, so they put ads on it.
Oh, I'm letting the internet fame go to my head. He knows. Or she knows. Kyle, you've been internet famous longer than me. That's how
I describe myself. I'm internet famous for sure.
Yeah. How's it affected you?
It sure hasn't slowed down my cocaine's habit.
I've noticed that. And it hasn't improved your grammar one bit.
No.
But that might have more to do with the cocaine than anything else. Kyle, how has your life changed since you've become an internet celebrity?
It hasn't really.
Okay. How much money do you make?
So far, we've made $45 ever.
Is that including the donation from Joseph that you returned?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess people bought us stuff that one time. That was cool.
What?
Yeah, people bought us like some windscreens and like some headphone splitters. And like, cause I made an Amazon wish list and someone bought us Fatal Frame 2 and someone bought us Binary Domain.
That's so nice. These folks are so nice.
I mean, it's probably not the same people. It's only 10 people that are watching us.
Well, okay, Kyle, it's been great talking to you. I think for the end of the show, we're going to take questions from the audience. So can we just get any question, personal or otherwise, for Kyle or myself? Go ahead.
Is that Fatal Frame LP? It was never going to be an LP. We were going to play a few episodes of Fatal Frame 2, and we did it once and it was terrible. And then we did it again a couple weeks ago, and I haven't posted it yet. But I'll post it, so there will be Fatal Framing in the future to come.
It seems we
Soon!
I can't wait for Fatal Frame. We do have a mocking question about why I don't understand the concept of lag.
Andy, why don't you understand the concept of lag between what you're saying and the people saying? It's a lot of lag. Maybe you don't understand the concept of how much lag there is on this.
I'll answer that with two things. First of all, you'll be getting that one in a little bit. Second of all, because I naturally assume that no one is going to interact with us on the internet. That's why.
Are you ever going to LP another Sonic game? If there were more people listening to this, I would say, fuck you. But since it's just the few of us, between just us 7, yes. There is gonna be, I'll let, super secret announcement, but you can't tell anybody. Keith and I, a couple days ago, or like a week or two ago, we played a little bit more Sonic 06. Because I was missing Sonic, and I was like, we should play more Sonic 06. So we did that.
I just want to say I'm very impressed by your ability to keep things under wraps, and that this level of secrecy by announcing it to a small group on the internet.
Guys, don't tell anybody, because this shit could explode. Like, this will rock the foundation of the internet.
I love the implication that it's going to get out there.
Yeah,
you know?
Guys, seriously, keep it low.
Please. Low and low and low and low. Oh, I got to pee. Oh. Anything good? Nothing. All right, they're out of ideas, too.
No, all right, hold on.
Yeah.
There's got to be something else we could talk about. I think this live stream, this ruined our podcast.
You were the one that wanted to do it.
Hey, I'm not blaming you.
Okay, I felt attacked. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, okay, hold on. I don't know, I guess there's probably not a lot to talk about, because you can't really... I can't really sell anyone on Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
Or, like, why it's really good, but... Hotline Miami is really good, and it's $10 and it's on Steam, so you should go check it out. Like, go on Giant Bomb and watch their Hotline Miami quick look, 'cause it's hot. Hotline Miami is hot, and I recommend it. It's fun.
I hate the number of times you just use the word hot.
That shit is hot. Line Miami.
All right. Well,
am I right?
How we doing here? I love how sad that is. There's only so many questions.
There's only so many questions. Like,
you know
guys,
what?
You're putting me on the spot here. I'm not a question machine.
You're right, and we're sorry. We didn't mean to put any any pressure on
Don't
you,
say
the
we.
audience.
You're the one. I said these people wouldn't have any questions. I didn't expect them to have questions.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. Kyle's expectations of your intelligence extremely low. Mine, moderate.
Let's talk. Well, before we go, let's talk to the podcast listeners in case anyone didn't see it or I didn't put it in or whatever.
Put it in.
Listen, let me put it in you for a second. Just a tip. Hold on. Just get real low and let me explain this to you.
All of this is unfortunate.
In December, we want to have a live...
Oh, this is it.
A video live stream marathon where we're gonna. The plan is 24 hours. We're gonna play video games for like 24 hours.
24 straight hours.
24 straight hours.
We have to plan this like a set list.
I've got some ideas.
I want to play Dishonored all the way through.
No, that would suck.
Halo 4?
Because Dishonored is stupid. We could probably, who knows what we're going to be into at the time. I've heard some requests from a couple people that don't want us just to play whatever's new, because that might not be that interesting. You can throw some stuff together. I have a couple ideas.
What if we do an hour of every game of the year that we like?
Do you... Oh, okay.
Listen, the words didn't quite come together on that one, but...
So you want us to go through the past 24 years and pick the best game from that year and then do the last one? Because someone just did that a week ago.
For each year that I've been alive.
That just happened.
Ooh.
Because there was like the...
Ooh.
You know the Extra Life? Extra Life?
No.
Where it's a one day a year where they have everybody... They encourage everyone to do a 24-hour live stream marathon for charity.
Huh.
And so they all happen all at the same time, and there was one site that their thing was to pick one best game from the past 24 years and do each one for an hour for 24 hours.
That must be a live streaming bitch, because they have to hook up so many different systems.
Yeah, that must be a nightmare.
Oh, God. They probably emulate half of them.
Maybe.
Right? You gotta.
Maybe.
I'm just thinking
I don't know. Bro.
You know what else is logistical?
What's logistical?
The amount of urine in my bladder. It's a huge amount.
Just go in the bottle. Yeah.
Oh, I can't know.
Okay.
No. It's as good a way as any.
Yeah, it sounds like we don't have that many more video game things to talk about. But coming up on Tuesday is Assassin's Creed 3, so that'll be cool. I'm excited about that. That'll be good. What else is coming out? Oh, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Criterion.
Wait, okay,
gonna burn the house down.
Hasn't Need for Speed Most Wanted come out like 7 times? Isn't that what it's called all the time?
No, only once. There was Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was the one that came out. It was the first Need for Speed to come out on 360.
Okay.
It was it was almost a launch game. It was like a month. It's kind of like they could have called it Need for Speed Most Wanted 2, but since it doesn't have any real connection to the first game other than like mechanics, they're just calling it Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Weird.
It's weird. It's like a reboot of a thing. The thing that gets me about it is like Need for Speed Most Wanted was a great racing game that was fun to play. And so it's cool they're bringing that back. But I think the thing that everyone remembers about it is all the campy cutscenes and like Razor Callahan and the goofiness. I've
Tara Patrick or some stupid bullshit.
Something like that. No.
There was like a porn star in each one.
Something like that. Yeah. Basically. I personally have railed several times on the absence of Razor Callahan. Across, other Need for Speed games, this one in particular, just the world in general needs more Razor Callahan, and so far the world has not been delivering.
The most of the world.
I just feel like it's kind of weird they're calling it Need for Speed Most Wanted, because it's like, even though the vast majority of the Need for Speed Most Wanted looks like it's in the new game, but the thing that everyone remembers is like the Razor Callahan and the goofiness, which isn't there. My biggest
bone to pick with the Need for Speed series is that every subtitle is some variation on some stupid theme that they all seem the same to me. I couldn't tell you. Hot Pursuit, Too Fast, Too Furious.
No, that's a movie with Paul Walker.
Fastest.
Those aren't the same.
The Fast and the Speedy.
Here are the subtitles. We got Need for Speed. There was
Tokyo Drift.
No. There's the ones that I know. There's Hot Pursuit.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit 2.
Yeah.
Then there's also Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah.
Underground 2. Carbon.
Okay. Oh, there's a curveball.
Undercover.
Great.
Pro Street.
Uh-huh.
Shift. The Run.
Some
Hot Pursuit
variation
again.
on being fleeing
Most
the police.
Wanted again. It's really just Most Wanted.
It's all about getting away.
Oh wait, no, Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Underground, sorta.
All right. Well, let's end on a high note, shall we?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad this ended well.
Yeah, this is good.
Thanks for listening to the 9th or 10th edition, you know, depending on which one it is.
See what's secret
of the
ones.
Run Button podcast. Yeah, alright. You know, whatever. I don't care.
Thanks, guys. Love you.